Hey y'all, Jordan from Carolinasewnvacraleigh here, and today I'm going to show you how easy it is to thread the Baby Lock Victory Serger, which is also the same as the Baby Lock Celebrate, Imagine, and Eclipse DX. I'm going to move you over here and we'll get right into it. First thing is grab 4 spools of thread that you want to use, and I like to do this right to left, but the nice thing about Baby Lock Sergers is you can do it in whatever order you want to, left to right or middle out, whatever you want to do, you can do it. I go right to left, so I'll start right here, which is my lower looper. So I pop right here. There's a thread stand up here, it's right here. And what you want to do is just take your thread and go directly through the guide. Super easy. Don't really need to see it to know how. Then your tension right here is going to snap in place, and it'll give you a good audible click. Always want to make sure your foot's up. Sergers can be hard to tell, so just reach back there, make sure your foot's up. You can lower this, and all you have to do is just drop that in your tension. So on this machine right here, we can open the whole front up so we can see. It has a little button, and what you're going to do is just push the button in. You'll hear it click, and then you're going to rotate this handle towards you, always towards you. You ain't got to do it too fast. You can do it pretty slow, and then it'll get to a certain point, and you'll actually see the loopers lock up. That's how your air channel works. So pull this out here. The only thing you do want to make sure is that you're using a good quality thread, and you may want to trim the end of it if it has a little fuzzy. So what you want to do here is just select L for lower looper, and you just have to get this started a little bit, you know, maybe an inch and a half. Then I like to make sure that I got plenty of thread pulled out so it doesn't bottom out on me. And then you want to push this down with some force. You don't want to be too gentle with it because it's an air pump, so you got to hit it pretty hard. You may have seen it, but it came right out of that lower looper. Doing the upper looper is just about the same. Put your thread on the next spool through the thread tower, click in those tensions, and drop it through your tension discs. Only difference is you got to slide this over to you now. Insert into the looper and get it started. Inch and a half or so. Pull some excess, and it's going to come out of right there if you can see it, just like it. And now your loopers are completely threaded. I'm going to pull this and do something with this in a second. When I thread the needles, I will just leave this down here and it'll pick up. And to unlock everything, you just have to push this silver lever over there till it clicks. And then you can close this up, grab your next thread, and move on to your needles. So it goes on your spool just like that, over the thread guide. Clicks in your tension, all the same there. And then it comes into here. You got this open, my bad. Come down here, come around that silver hook. There's another silver little catch right here. Grip it under there, come up and down, and come around that thread guide for now. Alright, and the way the threader works, you pull this, you can put your foot down for this part, just make sure you raise it before we do the last left needle. So right here is how your needle threader works. It has an L and an R, left, right. We're doing the right needle, so make sure it's pushed to the right. Has these 2 green lines. You just want to line those up together, and that's going to put your threader at a point where it actually goes to the eye of your needle. The way I do it is you're going to put your threader down like that, catch it with your left finger, position it like this so it catches the threader. Might be kind of hard to see, but it's kind of small, so. And what you're doing is you're catching the wire that comes to the eye of the needle, and then you're going to kind of loosen up your right hand while you let that go. And right there is a little loop that comes through the back of the needle. You can pull that loop through. That's how you thread your needle. And I'm going to do this left needle, and then we'll show you again. This one threads the same way. Put your spool back there. Get in your tower, tension clicks, come through your tension there. There's a little hook that it catches. You're gonna go around the same metal piece there, up and around and down, and then catch it right there. Do this threader again, push it over to L. Push this all the way down, catch it with your finger, drop it in place like that, then let it go. It gives you a little loop that you can pull through, like that. And now I like to raise my foot back up again, and I'll pull all 3 of my threads. I like to pull out a little bit of excess, like that, and make sure everything feels good. Grab these 3, you can lower this to make it easier. And what you want to do is come in between the foot and the knife. Okay, come right in front of that blade, around there, and out the back. And then I'll trim that up, just have shorter tails, and it's going to pick this one down here up, and we're good to sew. So I'm going to show you how to do just a basic 4-thread overlock. You should have this little cheat sheet that came with your machine, and that's going to show you how to do all the other stitches, rolled hems, wide overlocks, flat locks, all that good stuff. But to do a 4-thread overlock, just your standard, the serger stitch, you know, you're going to want this set on A, which it already is. Unless you're doing anything that's already instructed you to do it this way, or you're trying to do like a ruffle, you want to keep this on in for neutral. So that is all the way down, 1, 2 up, just like that. Then your length, you know, is standard is about 2, 2.5. So right there. And this is your width. I think that's going to be anywhere between like 7.5 and 5.5. So go right there in the middle, about 6. And then you can take your fabric, get it started there, put your foot down. This might be a little noisy, so I'm just going to stitch it out and then I'll talk. And these sergers are super fast, so watch yourself. If you're new to this, keep your fingers away from here because that's a blade and it will cut you. That is your 4-thread overlock. And if you want to change it up just to see something a little different, I can make it more narrow and like a shorter stitch. That it is, and that was on a 5.5 width and about a 1.5 length. So you can see the difference. It's a lot shorter, a little more narrow. And they are very strong stitches, so whatever you're making, it will hold up. It'll finish good edges, and it's super easy. You may just want to keep a thing of canned air by you just to blow out some of this, because they do make some lint. But it is that easy. There's no need to be intimidated by these sergers. They invented the serger, and baby lock sergers are still the easiest to use on the market, as you just saw right there. So please don't forget to like, subscribe, comment if you got any questions, and we'll see you next time.